Gil Martin here, and welcome everybody to the Daily Packers Post, where we bring you in-depth coverage of your Green Bay Packers every day, Monday through Friday. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Today, we are going to discuss the three deepest positions on the Packers roster as we head into the 2025 NFL offseason. Now, keep in mind that any players who are going to be unrestricted free agents, they cannot be included in this list. So that does affect the way that we calculate these top three. Coming in at number three, and what a difference a year makes for this part of the roster, is safety. A year ago, safety was probably one of the weakest positions, or the positions with the biggest question marks surrounding it. Now it's one of the deeper positions on the roster. Why? Well, you start with Xavier McKinney, who Brian Gutekunst signed as an unrestricted free agent last offseason. And McKinney, all he did was make all pro, go to the Pro Bowl, intercept 8 passes, and provide the team with some elite play in the middle of that defense. It got to the point where by midseason, opposing quarterbacks just didn't want to throw to the part of the field where Xavier McKinney was. He did a great job of playing center field, and he added leadership. So you had the one young veteran in McKinney, and then it was rookies adding to the mix. Evan Williams steps in, gives the Packers a strong starter at safety in his first year, started only 6 games, played 13, only had 1 interception, but boy, he was effective against the pass. Opposing quarterbacks completing just 56.7% of their passes when throwing to receivers covered by Williams, and their quarterback rating was only 77.8. And then for depth, you add Javon Bullard, who was kind of playing both safety and slot, although his better position, I think, is slot. And then Keaton Oladapo, a late-round pick, gives you even more depth, and hopefully he continues to develop in 2025. Overall, the safety position in 1 year goes from one of your biggest weaknesses to one of your deepest positions on the roster. Coming in at number 2 is tight end. And, you've got a very solid starter in Tucker Kraft, led the team with 7 touchdown catches, 50 catches for 707 yards. That placed him second on the team in both categories. And the beautiful thing about Kraft, after 2 NFL seasons, he's still probably not done developing and growing his game. And we really want to see a little bit more from him as he continues to develop. He is one of the better players at running with the ball after the catch. He can take a pass that is thrown 2 or 3 yards down the field and turn it into a 12, 15-yard gain. Hard to tackle one-on-one, and really became a red zone weapon. Late in the season, Jordan Love either handed the ball off to Josh Jacobs or threw the ball to Tucker Kraft when he got inside the 10-yard line. And the result was the red zone offense really, truly picked up. Now, for depth, you have Luke Musgrave also entering his 3rd season. You got to hope Luke Musgrave can stay healthy. Only played 7 games, only had 7 catches. But boy, he does have that rare combination of size and speed. He is one of the few tight ends with the tools to get downfield and stretch the field, get open down the seam deep. We want to see him do it more consistently. He showed flashes of that ability during his rookie season. To me, if Musgrave and Kraft are healthy and play to their potential, probably you get the most dangerous receiving duo at tight end that the Packers have had since the mid-90s, when it was Keith Jackson and Mark Chmura. And, that duo led the Packers to Super Bowl 31. Ben Sims, a solid number 3. He's a willing and solid blocker, pinches in on special teams. And while he is not an elite receiver, he is steady. He gets the job done on those few occasions when he is called on to catch passes. You like the depth here. And again, a solid group of players at tight end. And at number one, right now, it's got to be the running back position. Josh Jacobs certainly delivered as the other big free agent, 1,329 yards on the ground, 15 rushing touchdowns, including 8 games in a row, breaking Paul Hornung's record. And he was clearly the offensive MVP this season of the team. He changed, Jacobs did, the entire offensive approach of the Packers. He became the catalyst. The team used to rely more on zone blocking and outside runs under Aaron Jones. Now with Josh Jacobs, it's more between the tackles. I think that plays more to the blocking strengths of some of the interior offensive linemen. And Jacobs just makes people miss, even in a phone booth, in those tight quarters. And that is really good. And then you have two proven quality backups, Emmanuel Wilson, averaging 4.9 yards a carry, quietly gaining 502 yards on the ground, and gives a nice change of pace, has a little more burst and a little more of the ability to get outside than Jacobs does. And then for your third string guy last year, it was Chris Brooks, who is in there a lot on second and long or third and long, because he is their most reliable pass blocker out of the three top running backs on the depth chart. And by the way, when he carried the football, a 5.1 yard average, 36 carries, 183 yards. So Brooks, not a slouch when it comes to running the ball, but, can be a receiver, and most importantly, helps protect Jordan Love. And then you add to the mix 2024 third round pick Marshawn Lloyd. Now, Lloyd only played 1 game during the regular season. Injuries felled him, slowed him down, starting in training camp. He played in week 2 and then did not return to the lineup. A lot of bad luck involved. Only had 6 carries for 15 yards, caught a pass for 3. But Brian Gutekunst and Matt LaFleur both excited about the speed and the cutback ability that Lloyd can bring to the table. And if he can be healthy, he could supplant any one of these guys for the backup or third string position, give you that change of pace. They say he can be a good receiver as well. And boy, he has that cutback ability and the speed to be a threat, to break a long one anytime he touches the ball. So you go 4 deep at running back, 3 of them proven performers. To me right now, that has to be the deepest position on the team. I'll give quarterback an honorable mention with Jordan Love and Malik Willis, but that would have been my choice for 4th. And, to me, these are the positions where you don't need to think seriously about adding anybody in free agency, via trade, or at the 2025 NFL draft. Not to say if they don't see a really good tight end in round 5 or 6 or 7, they may not try to add a player here or there, but it's not a priority. It just becomes a question of if you see a guy out there who you think is too good to let slip away later in the draft. But it cannot be. These 3 positions not going to be near the top of the priority list heading into the offseason. So don't forget to hit the like button and to subscribe so you never miss an episode. We bring you new episodes every Monday through Friday right here on YouTube. And check out our articles, where we have daily in-depth articles Monday through Saturday at thepackerspost.com. I'm Gil Martin. Thank you so much for watching the Daily Packers Post. Have a great day, everybody. And of course, go Pack Go.